to now qualify for this LeToya Luckett, oh, it was completely different. First thing on the list was first your relationship with God. Are you kind? And not just to your mama. I'm going to say that again, and not just to your mama. Mothers, stop teaching your sons to just value you. Because I'm sick of seeing men out here being married to their mamas. You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance to a man that is still married to his mother. That's a whole nother panel. But I'm just saying, don't make that your first go-to to say, okay, I'm gonna divorce him because I'm just not happy right now. And by the looks of social media, this girl is getting flown around in private jets and getting bouquets of roses, and he's doing more trips. No, that's not why you divorce. If your insides ain't right, if within your prayer time it keeps being interrupted because you're like, oh, this is not right. This is not right, and this is abusive. Go to counsel. Take all the steps. Do all you can until you can't no more. And then make that decision. But I was one of those people that was trying to stay married. I was really trying.
And I don't think anyone gets married to get
divorced. No.
And I think that marriage is a beautiful thing. I look at my parents who have been married all these years. They were high school sweethearts. It's the most beautiful relationship, and it's very true.
You gotta get still so you can hear clearly from God, so that you can know what your next move is. Because if you just get busy to get busy, you might be scrambling for nothing. You might find yourself running fast, but on a treadmill going nowhere. So I've always made sure, okay, wait a minute, let me check in, let me think this through. And also, I don't allow fear to make the decision for me. Sometimes I do have to do it scared. It might be territory that I've never, I've never experienced before. I've never, had any kind of coaching or anything. But at the same time, all right, if God has presented it in front of me, it's for a reason. It's not for nothing. Do it scared sometimes, ladies. Even if, you don't believe in it. Sometimes for me, I have a wonderful family group, friend group, that encourage me constantly. You got this. Make sure you got those kind of people around you. Because there are also some people around you, and it could be family members, telling you giving you the no before you can give you the no. You can't do that. I didn't do that. Our family hasn't. Well, you could be the first in the family. You can be breaking generational curses by doing something fearlessly. And I think that that's what has happened with me, even with acting. I remember running around Memorial Park with my father. That was another thing. That was another blessing. After we mended our relationship, we started to spend more time together. And I remember running around Memorial Park with him, having our talks, and I got a call from an agency. And they asked me, was I interested in acting? I didn't know what a script, sides, breakdown, none of that was. All I knew at the time was, being a singer, being an artist, and things like that. And so they asked me to take a meeting in New York. I went in for my first audition. Once again, did not know anything about the audition process. But I went in for this audition. I got casted as she was kind of like a mean girl. She was probably number 5 or 6 on the call sheet. But I ended up getting casted with no experience. 1 week before production started, they asked me, was I interested in playing the lead in this movie? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? Well, it ended up being for this movie called Preacher's Kid. And I played the lead role. Her name was Angie. I had no experience, but I had a coach. They brought somebody in who helped to walk me through everything. Just think, if I would have said no when I got the first call, when I was walking with my father around Memorial Park, I wouldn't have a career in acting. Even though I didn't have the experience, I didn't know what when I talk about doing it scared, I walked in that audition room shaking. I know they saw it. They was like, get this baby some help or something else. But I went in there and I did it anyway. And I ended up putting those emotions into what the role called for. I said my prayer, I went in there and did it and got the job. That's sometimes how you gotta walk into these rooms. That's sometimes how you have to go about before you make your business plan, or just doing things that you haven't done before. And before you know it, you done made the pivot. You've done that thing that you were terrified to do, or that someone told you couldn't do. You turned that no into a yes, because you got fear out the way. We talk about turning fear into faith all the time, but how many of us really do it? Like, how many of us really believe we can? How many of us really trust in God like we say we do?
Yes.
Amen.
Like, for real. And especially as a woman who we're used to having the reins, taking control. If nobody can do it, if we can't do it, nobody can. How many of us for real believe and have faith in God the way our grandmothers taught us to say we do? Ask yourself that question. And then when that moment presents itself, when you gotta pivot, when you gotta take that pause, and that anxiety starts rising, go back to that question I just asked you. And then move. Ooh, that's the way to shake the devil. That's the way to shake him up.